Greetings, fellow makers! This is the Real Melky. Welcome back to my factory. Today, we are continuing our work on the Epyon Gundam, specifically the boot cover. And it will look like this. Already made one. This one. Today I'm going to show you how I did it. Okay. Before we get started, we need to go over what you will need. In this case, I used 6 and 8 millimeter foam. I made some patterns to trace onto the foam. Used a 1, 2, 3 block to weigh the patterns down, and a Sharpie marker to trace the patterns out. Also used an Exacto knife to cut out the 6 millimeter pieces, and a box cutter will help cut out the 8 millimeter pieces. Or if you're like me, a bandsaw will make this so much easier. You will also need a rotary tool, as well as a heat gun. You will need some kind of contact cement. I use barge because it works really well. The barge is not good to breathe, so I'll be wearing a respirator. You need one of these. I also made some half-round dowels. You can buy these at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or TNT Cosplay Supply, or you can buy the round dowels and cut them in half, like I did. Now, I'll have links to all this stuff in the description below. Speaking of the description below, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and all that stuff. And now we can get started. Wait, no we can't. There's one more thing. You'll need your shoe. A shoe that you'll be wearing with this cosplay. What I did is I traced out the boot print on just some paper, obviously. And then I drew the, come here, where'd you go? I drew the boot cover print around this boot print. That gave me the size and scale that I needed for the Epyon Gundam boot cover, which I will show you in a minute. This boot cover right here. And today I'm going to show you how I made it. So let's get started. Something else that will be extremely helpful to you is a bevel cutter. Again, I'll put a link in the description. And here we go. Also, something to remember make sure you know which way you want the bevel cutter blade to go into your foam. In my case, I use arrows. These arrows mean the blade needs to go in this way. This arrow, the arrow towards the edge, means the blade needs to go in this way, like so. Like that. Also, make sure you're cutting all the way through your foam. Because if you're not, you'll end up having to tear the foam, which means you will need to use a rotary tool to clean that up, which will lead to more foam dust in your workshop. And we're just going to cut out all the angle pieces with the bevel cutter, and then I'll use my bandsaw to cut out the vertical cuts. So we'll come back when that's done. Okay, this is my bandsaw. It is an extremely useful, dangerous tool to have and use, unless you're using it correctly. Now, because this blade moves really fast, the foam dust is going to fly all over the place. So, whenever you're using a power tool, pretty much of any sort, you want to wear a dust mask. And eyeglasses or a face shield. This will keep the foam dust from flying into your eyes, nose, and mouth. Now, again, like I said, blade is extremely sharp, so you want to keep your hand away from the blade. So, let me show you how this thing works. Now, when this happens, you want to turn the saw off. Then you can retrieve the piece that gets stuck down there. So I'm going to cut the rest of these out, and we'll be back when it's time to glue them together. Okay, pieces are all cut out. And more importantly, they're all cut out properly. Don't have any any copies of pieces. Everything is mirrored correctly and whatnot. All right, time to glue this thing together. For that, you'll be using barge contact cement. And because this stuff is not good to breathe, we are wearing a respirator. So, here we go. What I found is it's best to glue the smaller pieces together first and then attach them to the larger pieces. You'll see what I mean when it's time to actually attach these things together. Okay. We're going to apply glue to the other pieces, wait for them to dry, and then I'll come back when it's time to attach everything. So, we'll be back in a minute, or more like 20 minutes. But yeah. Okay, about 10 minutes has passed and it's time to glue these things together. That is what I would normally do, except I forgot to put glue here. So I'm going to do that and then we will, actually, I'm going to assemble these pieces. If I did these right. Looks good, good, good. Okay. I'm going to start by putting piece 11 and 12 together at the L seam edge thing, whatever, like that. And then I'll add piece 10 to piece 11, like so. Because piece 10 is 6mm foam, I want it kind of recessed in. I'll be using my finger to keep the back edges lined up, nice and flush, like so. Like this. That way, it'll give the piece a little bit more dimensionality. And now, we are going to attach pieces 10, 11, and 12 to piece 9. Like this. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Okay.
I mean, the man who just came into the garage. Now, if I were smart, I would have used some paper to keep pieces from attaching before I was ready. But it might not be that smart. Okay. And now we have a nice little half of a shoe. And I'll put together the other pieces off camera. And I'll be back when that's done. Yes. Okay, now that it's all glued together, I'm going to add those half-round dowels we talked about. Tracing down where they will go, so I know exactly where to put my contact cement. And again, I got these dowel rods from TNT Cosplay Supply. They are the super rigid kind. I suppose the regular dowels might have worked better, but this is what I have, so this is what I'm going with. And we were just interrupted, so I'm going to stop recording. Outlines have been traced. It's time for more glue. Again, every time you're using this stuff, you want to wear your respirator. Work in a well-ventilated area. And if you have any pets, kick them out. Just apply a thin layer of contact cement. Wait for it to dry, and then attach. And I'm going to do that to the other piece. And then add it to this one too. But that's literally the same thing. So I will come back when these are dry and it's time to attach. Alright. Glue is dry and it's time to attach. Other one. Make sure to get it lined up so the glue actually sticks. And yeah, there we go. And now we have boot covers. Oh, almost. And now we have boot covers. Oh, almost. And we have boot covers. Well, kinda. I still need to attach some elastic so they kind of stay close together-ish, relatively speaking. Also, I did not come up with this method on my own. This was borrowed from Evil Ted. I will add a link to his video in the description. Go check him out. He's an awesome prop maker. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share if you want. And I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.